Welcome back. For Black History Month, we are taking a look at past and current Black designers, starting, of course, with a special tribute to Andre Leon Talley. Here is style expert to kick us off, George Worrell.
Because of Mr. Talley, I do what I do, and many of us, like myself, from him working with Diana Freeland to working at Women's Wear Daily to Vogue. He was a French literature major from Brown. Just a person who just kicked open that heavy fashion door.
Some people that kind of led the way to him being where he was today, if we go back to the 1960s, Elizabeth, is it Keckley? Am I saying her name right?
Yeah, 1860s. It was Elizabeth Keckley. She has a fascinating story of how she bought her freedom. And she moved from Virginia to New Orleans and then back to Baltimore. And she started her own company, and she had seamstress working for her. And through word of mouth, through some of the people in the Congress and Senate, who their wives that she was sewing for, suggested her to Mary Todd Lincoln. And not only did she sew for her, they became great confidants.
Did Anne Lowe, was that the same period of time, or she was another?
No, so Anne Lowe started from the 20s to the 60s. We remember her now because she made Jacqueline Kennedy, made her wedding dress. But what we didn't know, and we're starting to find out now, is that 2 weeks before the wedding, she had a flood at her shop, and she had to remake all of those dresses in 2 weeks. I had a great fondness for Willie Smith. I remember we used to call it Willie wear. And he had, the shoulders, the jackets, for the men. He actually did do a Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg's wedding. He did the groomsmen's jackets.
What about Tracy Reese?
I love Tracy Reese. I got a chance to work with her a couple of times with clients that I had. And an American designer who just did ready to wear. And she makes it, wonderful and feminine. And, she's like that down girl who has style.
So she's kind of present day. Is there a couple other present day designers that you really feel like
are? Yes, I'm thinking about Christopher John Rogers. He was dressing Cardi B. He was dressing the First Lady, ex-First Lady, Michelle Obama, Rihanna, and Lizzo. Many designers are kind of bland in their dress. He has his own flair when he's out and about, and he looks like the fashion model.
What about, you mentioned Rihanna, what about Rihanna? Is she kind of one of today's designers?
Not just her own style and wearing other people's clothing, but her own line. And, what we talk about on the commission, it's also makeup and hair and fragrances. So she's an industry within an industry, and her clothes are hip hop and they're fashionable. And I just think they kind of go the trend and go the mile that one is looking for to be fashionable.
And they surely set the tone for today. So much thanks to George. For any fashion inspiration that you'd like from him at any point, follow him on Instagram at George Worrell Style.